Jones out again, and of course he's talking to a woman. Now, this is typical. The man's at a ridiculously dangerous age, and Carol Pook is the lady he's trying to shut up. We have no luck there. She's, wait a minute, let's see if I can get my tongue around this, coordinator and maitre Jacques, which basically means coordinator and jack of all trades.
Yes, that's
for the
right.
show,
what is it? Soirée Française.
Ah, splendid, splendid. And you dared to suggest that your accent was poor. It's a lot better than mine.
Well, you ought to talk to my teacher about that. She has hysterics every time I go to night school.
But those words that I was trying to pronounce, basically it means the buck stops with you, doesn't it, Carol?
Yes, I think it does, yes, in the end. But,
tell us first of all, though, about this wonderful legacy from your mother and her mother to do with this theatre. There's 3 generations of your family associated with this place.
Yes. Well, my mother danced here. She was in pantomime. She was a tiller girl. And so she performed here quite a bit. And my grandmother danced here as well. But my great-grandmother Tate, she was a friend of Mr. Boughton. And whenever he put on a pantomime or a show, Grandma Tate had 4 very pretty daughters, so they all used to come and perform.
And Mr. Boughton was who?
He owned the theatre at one point.
Right, I see.
Don't ask me the date.
But these stories, then, isn't this nice? So,
yes,
as every woman had a daughter, then all these stories were passed through.
Yes,
and also this vein of show business running through all of you.
Well, I should have gone to dancing class, but I was too much of a tomboy, so unfortunately, I haven't carried on the tradition. But my daughter will be dancing here on Saturday, and my granddaughter's helping in front of house, so it'll be 5 generations.
Well, and mother's still with us? Grandmother's still with us?
Oh, yes, she's coming, yes, she'll be coming on the night.
Well,
because she remembers it when it was absolutely wonderful, and people queued around the corner to come, and it always had a full house, and everybody dressed up in their best attire.
Maybe it'll happen again.
Oh, I hope so. That's my one wish, that I can see it fully restored.
Surely, though, in Grandmother's day, it wouldn't have been considered quite the done thing, would it, to be a dancer in a show?
I'm not sure. It never really occurred to me, really.
You know what they say, don't put your daughter on the stage, Mrs. Webb.
Well, I've got one funny story. My great-grandmother Tate, as I say, had 4 daughters, and they performed from when they were quite young. 8 or 9.
Yeah.
And on one occasion they dressed up as minstrels, and it was in those days, because there were so many theatres in Portsmouth, you'd go from one theatre, do your turn, and then you'd scoot across town and perform at another venue. And on this occasion there'd been a horrendous blizzard, and the 4 little girls didn't have time to get out of costume because their faces were all blacked out. Yeah. Anyway, they scooted across town, and the 4 elder daughters got to the theatre all right, and they found that Auntie Tot was missing. And it's quite tragic, really, because the only way that she was found is because her little black face was peeping out of the snow. But if she hadn't been blacked out, they wouldn't have found her. Oh. So actually, it was quite serious at the time.
And what about the other stories that your mother told you? I suppose from when you were very young, and the stories now you're passing on to your little ones.
Well, yes. She just remembers it when it was packed houses. She did her first pantomime here. I think it was Babes in the Wood, and then her last pantomime before she officially retired.
So who did she work with? Some of the big names.
She, Madam Walker was a very famous ballet teacher and dance mistress. She'd actually taught her. And then she did her first few pantomimes here, and then she went abroad, and then came back just before she got married to do her last one. So I can't remember what it was called. I don't know if it was No Nanette. Not quite sure now.
But you got all the pictures at home.
Yes, I've got all the programmes, yes.
And out of all the, they say a picture paints 1,000 words, that corny old thing, but I tell you what, it really takes you back, doesn't it? You've got, all of us, I guess, have got significant photographs, and we look at them and think, oh, my goodness me. Is there one from your mother's, or I suppose grandmother's collection that is especially treasured?
We lost all my grandmothers because we lived on the Hard and the house was bombed, and just went up in flames, so we've lost a lot of wonderful old pictures. I've got lots of my mother in her troupe.
Those lovely long legs.
All the lovely 1930s outfits with the low waists and the feathers. Yes, but we did lose a lot, I'm afraid, because Portsmouth was badly blitzed.
And what is your favourite out of Mum's stuff? Do you have a favourite?
Not really, no. There's just lots of really interesting ones.
And lots of lovely memories.
Yes.
Tell us about your show, Un Soirée de Paris. I'm getting the hang of it now. I think it's these onions over my handlebars. It's helping no end. But what's in the show?
It's, oh God, it's about 21 acts. Can, Edith Piaf, Maurice Chevalier, comedy, drama, everything you can think of to do with Paris, really.
Now, where'd you get all these people from?
It's all local people, solicitors, teachers, local societies, Southsea Shakespeare, Portsmouth Players, Southdown Musical Society. They've all rallied around. Because there's a great interest in France, in Portsmouth, where there's a lot of Francophiles. We've got Anglo-French Society, there's thriving night school community, there's obviously the university French language school, there's local schools, there's a pétanque society.
There's a what?
Pétanque.
Oh, pétanque. I see. That's boule, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the same to you.
They don't like me to say boule, so I have to get my tongue around pétanque.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more descriptive, isn't it? As you throw that metal boule into the air, you go, pétanque, as it hits the other one.
Well, that was better than I said it.
Yeah, well, I'm getting the hang of it, you see. I'm a very good pupil. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yes, in the show. Now, you've got to bring all these disparate groups together and make a show out of it.
Yes.
And you're standing up well under the strain.
Just about, yes. It's been absolutely horrendous, and I was stupid to think I could pull it off. But,
But you have. I mean, we've seen rehearsals today. It's all working. When does the show open?
Saturday, May the 7th.
Just one night?
Yes, one night only, yes.
All those weeks of work?
Well, because everybody has professions, I couldn't ask them to do more than one night, really. It's been difficult to get everybody to rehearsals anyway. So.
Sure, but still a few seats left.
Possibly.
But the time to book is now. I mean, that's the big worry, isn't it? You want to have a full theatre for this. How many can you accommodate here?
Only 250 were allowed via regulations, and as you see, they can only open the dress circle and the stalls here. So, no, please come. It'll be wonderful value for £5.
And you said that you're a reluctant performer in this show.
I am now. I wasn't to begin
doing?
with. I'm doing a tap dance to Charles Trenet. So, fingers crossed.
So you can do it, can't you?
Ask me on May the 8th.
Do you want to do a little bit now? Oh, go on, Carol. Go on, hop up here. Just do a little bit so we can hear it. No, it's good. If you can do this, you can do the show, no problem. Do you want me to hum something French? Oh, you got your tap shoes here. Wonderful. Yeah, hold on. Let me come across, because at home we can't hear what you're saying. Have you got some music? Oh, wonderful. Turn it off the radio as we get the feedback. Yeah, stop it a second. I know this is improper. Should I take this centre stage?
Just a minute.
Would you feel better?
I'm okay. Just see if I can get the tape on.
Yeah, okay. This is a beautiful thing, isn't it? This live broadcasting, I love it. We're going to have a little bit of tap dancing now from the reluctant performer, Carol Pook. And in those feet, generations of dancers, performers. Do you ever think about it? Isn't that a weird thing to contemplate? Don't you think? I mean, it's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Well,
it's all genetics.
It is.
So you've got one on.
Yes.
It's just as well you're not a centipede. We'd be here to pass for, wouldn't we? I mean, I have to say for you to her, I've sprung this on this poor woman, and God knows what she's going to say. This is why I'm not going to music yet, because she's going to kill me when I do, aren't you?
Better, actually.
You're never, ever going to forgive me. But that's great. That's great.
Sounds like jelly now.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Have I got it on the right side?
Yeah. Good. To the music from the show. Wonderful stuff. Be coming up in a minute.
Don't know, is it switched on?
Yeah, I don't know. It's so dark in here, isn't it? It's well worth waiting for, isn't it? Okay. Is it coming?
I don't know.
Yeah. No, it was on, definitely, because we'll do it without the music. Just a little bit, Carol. Go on, I love those tap shoes. Ah.
Quand notre cœur fait boum, tout avec lui dit boum, et c'est l'amour qui s'éveille. Boum,
Yeah.
chante l'oreille blum, au rythme de ce boum qui redit boum à l'oreille. Tout a changé depuis hier et la rue a les yeux qui regardent aux fenêtres. Il y a du lilas, il y a les mains tendues sur la mer, le soleil va paraître. Boum, l'absolu boum fait boum. Tout avec lui du boum, quand notre cœur fait boum boum. Le vent dans les bois fait boum, la vie chaude à boire fait la vaisselle cassée fait trac trac trac, et les pieds mouillés font flic flic flac mais boum, quand notre cœur fait tout avec lui du boum, moi tout dit boum, et l'orage. Hercule fait faux. Et le bon Dieu dispose dans son fauteuil de nuage. Car mon amour est plus vif que l'éclair, plus léger que l'oiseau d'une abeille. Et si
We'd
j'ai
better leave it there. Carol Pook, let's have a little round of applause. Wonderful stuff. Excellent. Ah, Carol, thank you very much. That was wonderful. How about that? That was live tap dancing. And I know you will get that at home. So let's move on now to some other music. It won't be quite the same as that. This is brief but beautiful from Frank Sinatra. They can't take that away from me.